The girl was diagnosed with an IQ of only 78, and because of this, her mother heartlessly abandoned her. What no one realized was that her intelligence was quietly awakening and rapidly rising. In this way, her mother completely missed the chance to raise a true genius. 20 years later, the abandoned girl was adopted by a woman from a nightclub. On the surface, she appeared to be an unsophisticated country girl. In reality, she had already become the hidden founder of a global conglomerate, possessing extraordinary intelligence. Not only was she the youngest self-made tycoon preparing for early retirement, but countless elites competed to win her favor. Even a world-renowned top designer was actually her younger sister. One day, the matriarch of a powerful family discovered that the granddaughter her daughter-in-law had abandoned years ago was still living in the countryside. She immediately ordered her eldest grandson to bring the girl back. When the eldest grandson arrived, he looked down on the girl raised by a nightclub woman. He warned her that the family she came from was not kind. Before she could react, he slapped her and kicked her out, believing she was unworthy of the family name. However, her foster mother urged her to return. After all, the city was her true origin. Listening to this advice, she decided to go back. The moment she arrived, she saw the woman who had abandoned her, now proudly raising a newly adopted business prodigy with an IQ of 150. Even after all these years, that woman still despised her for being slow. If it weren't for the matriarch's insistence, she would never have acknowledged that woman as her mother. The adopted businesswoman deliberately showed off a cheap accessory she claimed was designed by a famous master, hoping to mock her. Unbothered, the girl calmly initiated a video call with her designer sister. When it was confirmed that she truly knew the legendary designer, everyone present was stunned. That designer was someone even the wealthiest elites couldn't approach. The adopted businesswoman panicked and claimed she had been deceived, but the designer's sister immediately announced legal action. To protect the adopted girl's future, the mother threatened her biological daughter, demanding the lawsuit be withdrawn. At that moment, the grandmother and a younger brother arrived. Seeing them, the girl finally smiled, because they were the only ones who had ever truly loved her. Her real reason for returning was never reconciliation. It was to protect her grandmother, help her younger brother establish himself in the city, and stabilize the family. The younger brother even gave the gift meant for himself to his long-lost sister, joking that it would infuriate their mother. When the legal notice was formally sent and a compensation of $5 million was demanded, the mother immediately begged the matriarch for help. The matriarch stood firmly on her granddaughter's side, forcing the transfer. The girl didn't care about the money at all and donated it straight to charity. As evening approached, the family discussed an engagement with another powerful household. The grandmother hoped she would marry into that family, but the adopted businesswoman strongly opposed it because the engagement had already been promised to her. When the girl heard the groom's identity, she froze. It was her ex-boyfriend, the man she had dumped not long ago. Soon, the engagement banquet took place, attended by all the elite families, ready to witness so-called marriage between status and power. No one expected what happened next. At the same time, the groom had gone to the countryside. There, he received news that the girl was attending the engagement banquet in the capital. She panicked, afraid he would escape the engagement. She had broken up with him precisely because she didn't want him involved with the adopted woman. Hearing that the perfect bride was the adopted businesswoman, she felt a surge of jealousy, only to be slapped by reality moments later. Because the groom hadn't appeared, the adopted woman personally went to find him. When they finally met, everyone was shocked by how gentle and devoted he seemed, completely overturning their expectations. What no one noticed was that his gaze never left the girl sitting quietly in the corner.